ntago ari njye nyine ahubwo na bene wabo b'abashinwa ubwo twavanye kuri stage tujya no kwifotoza hanze na bene wabo bonaga bashaka kumwifotorezaho.
Most of the important things in the world have been accomplished by people that kept trying when there seemed to be no hope at all. Today, we bring you a story of a boy who never gave up on his dreams until he met Jackie Chan in real life. I am called Kwizera Claude. I am a martial arts or kung fu player. My journey of meeting Jackie Chan was not an easy one at all, since everyone discouraged me and told me that I would die, still fighting to get close to him, but I would never be able to. I was very young by then, when I got this dream of being a kung fu player, just like I saw Jackie Chan always do it in the movies. By then, I hadn't started any of this because I was just a few years old and I lived in a far village where they had completely no idea how martial arts was done, which also became a weakness at some point. All that I could join was a small acrobats team that was not also close to home, and I had to walk miles and miles just to attend practice. After some good time of being in the acrobats team, I was 10 years old and I realized that acrobats was not something I really wanted, so I decided to look for a place that taught real martial arts so that I can join. I told my parents that what I wanted in life was to be a martial arts player, just like Jackie Chan, and that was the moment that I ever saw my parents laughing for a very long time. They laughed so hard and they told me to stop dreaming while standing, and instead I should go and fetch firewood and cook food because that was the only thing I could do. I never had a chance to go to school because we were so poor at home and school was far away from home, so we decided to let school go, but I had a few friends around home that I always used to play with, and when I told them what I was up to, they told me that Jackie Chan was not real and he was just created by the filmmakers. At some point, I totally understood what they were trying to say, since we were in the far village and I knew that people there weren't informed enough to be knowing such, but deep inside me, I had a lot of hope that I was going to learn martial arts and meet Jackie Chan just to prove them all wrong. At that moment, I had absolutely no one that believed me. My friends did not, my siblings did not, and my own parents too, all did not at all think that I could ever make it in any way. I was confused and I did not know what to do at that time, but all I knew was that in this village there was no place that I could ever find a martial arts school, and they were all just going to keep laughing at me no matter what I believed. I took some time and thought about it and concluded that the only way that I was going to ever learn martial arts was if I went to the city, somewhere that I had never been before. And it was so obvious that if I told my parents, they wouldn't at all let me go. And what I did was wake up very early in the morning while everyone was still sleeping and set off to the city just to find a martial arts school. I did not have even a single coin on me, and I did not even know where I was going. So I kept asking for directions since I was moving on foot. I thought that the city was somewhere close, and by evening, I would already have gotten there. I spent weeks moving on the streets. I was very hungry and started begging for food at every busy place I got to. And that's how I survived and got to the city. When I got to the city, I asked for a place that they taught martial arts, and a good Samaritan took me there, and he did it as a favor because I looked helpless since I did not even know anyone in the city.
Sometimes stop.
I entered the place and I was so excited. It was like my dreams had become true. I could feel it. But as I was still excited, I told them that I wanted to be a student, and they told me that it was a lot of money. I got very shocked because this was something that I hadn't thought of. I slept outside the martial arts school for days and got an idea to go and ask them for a job to be a cleaner because I had nowhere to go. Fortunately, they accepted my request. They hired me as their cleaner, and that's how I entered the school. But my plan was not shattered at all. As I was cleaning, I always overlooked others being taught, and I always tried to do what the students were learning. And one day, the principal saw me trying to play martial arts, and he called me to his office. He told me that he was going to give me a chance to prove that I could be the best student, because by that time, the school was auditioning just so as to pick the best to represent their country worldwide in the competitions that were happening in China a few months later, and this was a dream come true. I spent sleepless nights practicing Kung Fu just so as to meet the principal's expectations. I worked so hard with all the energy I could, and after some time, I was appreciated by the school after winning the school auditions and being one of the team that was going to stand for my country in China. I could feel myself being successful because at that time, I was already a martial arts player, but meeting Jackie Chan, I had totally lost hope at all. Time came and we got on a plane to China. The moment we got there, we started immediate practice at the place where the competitions were going down. As the competition started, the MC asked us to turn around, and the moment we did, I could not believe my eyes. It was Jackie Chan. I touched and greeted him, and it was a feeling that I have never had in my entire life. I did not want anything more because I felt like it was what I was waiting for my entire life. Well, I did not win the World Martial Arts competition, but everything had turned out as I always dreamed. When we came back home, I won a lot of local competitions, and internationally, I also participated in the East Africans Have Got Talent, but I also didn't win as well. Thank you for watching Afrimax English. This is Prince. Do not forget to subscribe.